Let's look at an example for absolute value function. So we're asked to use the equation and answer the following question. It's to find the intervals where the function is increasing, decreasing, where is it positive, negative, and then to state the domain and range and find the x and y intercept. In order to do that, we're going to have to graph the function and then look at the graph and answer these questions. So to graph the function, we're going to open our calculators and go to y equals. In order to put the absolute value, we have to go to math and then to the right to num and then choose ABS for absolute value. So if you pick enter, you'll see the absolute value signs. So there we need to put x plus 1, so x plus 1. And then outside of the absolute value, we're going to do a minus 5. Let's see a window. Let's see if this window works. Perfect. We see the entire graph. We see the x-intercepts, the y-intercept. So this is a good window. So let's see where are the x-intercepts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So the x-intercept is at 4, one of them, and the other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 and negative 6. So, and then the y-intercept is 1, 2, 3, 4 at negative 4. So you can just look at the graph. I just wanted that so that I can sketch a quick graph in here. So I'm going to do that. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we wanted to sketch the graph of the absolute value, it always has this V shape. Okay, so this one is 4, this one is negative 6, and this one is negative 4. So now looking at the graph, we can answer these questions. Where is the function increasing? So you notice that the function, the y values, which is the graph of the function is basically made of all the y values. So you notice that the y values decrease, 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 decrease until here, right? And then they start increasing. So the interval where the function is increasing, it's where for what x's are the y's increasing. So we notice that when x is 0 and increases, so from x to 0 to infinity, you see how the y values are increasing. So therefore, for number A, in interval notation, we would say that the function is increasing from 0 to infinity. Okay. And now you notice that since we have these arrows up, that means that it goes all the way up there, right? So from negative infinity to 0, the function is decreasing. See how the y values are decreasing. The y is here, and then the y is there, and so on. They are decreasing. So for B, from negative infinity to 0, we have a decreasing. Now we need to find the intervals where the function is positive. So where the y's are positive. So if I look at this y is positive, right? It represents, it's this y right here. For when x is 2, for example, the y is negative. So basically, the y's are positive here, where they are above the x-axis, in here. What just happened? Let me just fix this. Okay, so the function is positive, or it's above the y-axis for x going from 4 to infinity, and for x going from negative infinity to negative 6. So we're looking at the x values for which the y's are positive. So we would say the function is positive from negative infinity to negative 6, and since there's more than one interval, we're going to put union 4 to infinity. And then the function is negative, whereas negative, it's below the x-axis, it's here, right? So it's for these x's that the function is negative. So we would say that the function is negative from negative 6 to positive 4. Negative And for this one, it was positive. Okay, the domain and range of the function. You notice that I can input any x, like I can put input x is like 100, let's say 100 was here, I have a y value. Or I can put x is -10, I have a y value. So any x's are good. So the domain of the absolute value function is all real numbers. So for E, domain is all real numbers, and we write that -infinity to infinity. Now the range is basically all the valid outputs, right? So you notice that I don't have function like below -4. I don't have function at -5 or at -10 right here. I only have function from -4 up until infinity. So the y values. So the range is -4, including -4, because I have this point right here at -4, up to infinity. Okay, and now we already looked at the x-intercept and y-intercept. The x-intercepts are where it crosses the x-axis, and we see that it happens at 4, 0. For x4, the y is 0, right? And then at -6, 0. And then the y-intercept is at x is 0 and the y is -4. Okay, so we basically have to graph the function using our calculator and then just look at the graph, inspect the graph, and answer these questions. All right.